Yes. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're watching from. Thank you for joining us on Mariam the Ladies Guide. Every Friday at 5 p.m. East African time, we are live talking about the things that money cannot buy, but what makes life worth living, their emotions. So, abakatwegeteko badde mbasaba mugambe ku bannammwe nti kansala yatusedda akuuma ebiseera for the interest of those who will watch in the future nga ffe twagenze dda batusange nti twali relevant. Mariam Nakuja, I'm the Ladies Guide. I'm your emotional wellness guide, a counseling psychologist, a life coach, an author, a relationship coach, someone who is very passionate about human matters pertaining to love affairs, those things that disturb you inside your heart. That is what I'm here for. So we're always here to introduce you different sessions, different topics, different programs. Call them, anything which can enlighten you, empower you, or okay. As you're enjoying this journey called life, love, relationships is what makes life tick. Okay, whether you're in it or not in it, that's the discussion always for the day. So we're having a continuation. We talk more in it. We're going to turn it up. Just the same. So basically, we are always here to inform you, to remind you, to enlighten you about the things that you really need to know about life. Yes. Fe abambaza abakyala e Kampala abagamba nze buli lwakutaano, this is the way of life. After take is it sky blue? This is sky blue or light blue, just to make a woman look beautiful. So tulina engoye z'abakyala, tulina enkato z'abakyala, tulina ensawo z'abakyala, tulina ensaawa ez'abakyala, wrist watches, tulina perfumes eza quality, era tulina ekigambo kitugamba nti at Turkish Kotona where quality costs less. With cost less kitegeeza nti ekintu bw'okifuna bw'oti ekya quality tolaba muwendo gwakyo naye ebbanga olitambula olaba nga kyongera bulungi as time goes on. That is what we do for the women, our customers. Ladies Guide, we have Ladies Guide 1, Ladies Guide 2, and Ladies Guide 3. Ladies Guide 1 is Fulfilling Relationships and to Happiness, a book that is written to enlighten, to elevate, to empower, and to awaken any woman, any lady who needs to get these answers about relationships. When you feel lost, when you feel frustrated, when you feel you have a lot of questions which are unanswered. Ladies Guide 1, twakawandika kakulaga ensobi zetukola as ladies, okay? So when you read it, you find where you made the mistakes and then you laugh at yourself. Life is about mistakes and correcting them. And then you work up that you don't make the same mistakes next time. So any lady, any young lady out of the university, any lady in the corporate sector, any lady who is in the journey of looking for love, you need to read the Ladies Guide 1, Fulfilling Relationships and True Happiness. And above all else, it gives you confidence in matters pertaining love matters with the opposite sex. Ladies Guide to Emotional Happiness was the second book, and is the second book that it was written still about emotions of women and how to correct our emotional turmoils, okay? How to tell a relationship has come to an end. If you need a single mom's guide, if you need to know the dating navigator, the do's and don'ts in the dating realm, if you want to know about the narcissistic personalities and how to support narcissistic partners in relationships, this is the book that was written about a woman's emotional wellness. When you read it, you get to align yourself once again, because emotions is the epitome of life, okay? Okay? So as a woman being an emotional being, emotional wellness. Emotional wellness imbategeeza ensonga ezikutawanya mutima ziva mu bwongo ate ezikutawanya mu bwongo ziva mu mutima. So it is like intertwined, okay? The heart and the mind are one, okay? When you talk about emotional wellness, is as good as mental wellness. So emotional happiness is the book that will correct that for you. And lastly, the Ladies Guide Journal the one that talks about it's an interactive tool where you write all your thoughts as a woman to heal within self without explaining everybody your problems. Okay, marriage is a journey, relationships are a journey, loving somebody is a journey. Okay, so you need to get time and journal your relationships than talking about them with friends, family, no place was, you know. So when you write down your relationship journey and all the things you go through, you heal. There is magic in the pen and the head. Okay, there is magic the pen and the head. As the head is thinking and it's writing down, you're emptying yourself. So every woman needs a journal, okay, to journey through life. When you're telling somebody, when you're telling someone, but you're on a written message. Later on, you burn the books, and then you will always be fresh. Then you'll get that emotional wellness all the time because your body is in alignment, because the mind is literally empty. Where do you get these books? Aristoc, Kampala Road, Kasha Mall, and the Garden City Mall. If you're in the UK, we have Nahia as our ambassador. If you're in the USA, we have Judith Kusuba, our ambassador. If you're in Dubai, we have Alain Namayanja. If you need them in those areas, still those are the different areas. We're still looking for more ambassadors in different countries so that the book gets to you. We do not have any soft copy. People keep on asking me, when is the soft copy coming out? When the hard copies have reached literally everybody. Why? Because the hard copies people read. Soft copies they keep on sharing and getting screenshot. So if it was sort of by making it hard copy until when a certain number of copies have been reached, then we shall put it out in soft copy so that people can just share it freely. By then the books will be free and absolutely free. Okay, every district in your area, Masaka, Mbalala, Lira, Mbali, all those areas, in every major place, bookstore in your area. As for the ladies' guide books, you'll find them there. If they're not there, please contact us on my numbers. Okay? I'm Aaron Midembe. Yes, Dubai. Please reach her if you're in those areas in Dubai. Get the book. She has them right now. So people who always come to my inbox, please, if I don't answer you, I'm just sorry. Okay? Aaron is here with us. Please, all the time when she writes there, copy her number and then go directly to her inbox. The Altman Singles Convention. Wow, we are sold out. Nabagamba temulwawo. Tickets baziguze. We are in shock. Okay? The singles were many. Okay? So the Altman Singles Convention is an event that is going to be at the Kampala Sheraton Hotel on 23rd of September. It will be a Friday evening, just like right now. But that day we shall not be live. Tugenda kubeera ku kusoma omusomo kugenda kuba physical at the Kampala Sheraton Hotel. So we tubeera nga tuli physically at the Kampala Sheraton Hotel, abanaakulaba bajja kuba bagusasulidde era basasulidde kuva kyo bagenda okulaba. Abasigadde mujja kulaba ebyaliyo. Temujja kubeera ku mawulire. So registrations for all singles are going to take place that day, because the event has its goal or intention of collecting all the singles together, and we are impressed. We have everybody's number, everybody's name, your age, and marital status. That is the beauty of all this. So whoever bought the ticket from Aristoc, we have your content already, we have your age, we have your number, we have your everything. Whoever bought the ticket on mobile money, we have your age, we have your name, we have your content. So I'm impressed that now all the singles are in the right place. Okay? And you're on the Ladies Guide Forum. So at the end of the Altman Singles Convention, we are grouping all the singles in one club where you people are going to meet. So if you're not part of it, I'm just sorry. Don't come back to my inbox. Mbajukiza nabagambe telecom inbox yange gamungamba I have is there any no, please. Come to the Ultimate Singles Convention, register for the Ultimate Singles Convention, whether you're out of the country, whether you're in Dubai, Turkey, where, London, USA, please register, okay? Because whoever comes after that, it is going to be highly expensive to get me into that conversation, okay? So people on the virtual, bagenda kwa balabira, jabawa link, kumulabira, abasasudde nga bajja kuya ku virtual. Ate atubajje ku contacts zammwe, baziteekeko babaddewo era babateeke ku group y'abasinga. Binaddako mu abamanyize omulimu gwange ngukoze. The ultimate singles convention twakiyita ultimate kubanga kyekisembayo tewali kigenda singa kino. Okay, I am the best love doctor in the country. I am the one who knows who is single, who is searching, who is in divorce, who is tired, who is that. Everyone is in my database. So if you're in my database and I know everything about you, so I know exactly who you are and who you need and where you go. Okay, so I'm not a matchmaker. No. I am being somebody who's going to give you a conference which is going to not only train you, network you, grow you, but also make you have a belonging where you're supposed to be. Okay. So when later I said, I think I was with Farid on NTV. I said, how do you become successful? By being in the right place at the right time with the right person with the right motive. Okay. So if you're at the ultimate convention, you are single. Okay. You are there to learn as a singular in the right people of your same need. That is a party. Okay. So tubalindidde ku ultimate singles convention nga 23 mubudde by 5 nze mumanyi kwati ebiseera tujja kuba tutuuse abanaakeera abiri bagenda kufuna ebirabo. I always promise. Okay, whoever comes the first 20 people for us we start. Okay, mwabanajja late tubasaasidde nga bwe nkuuma ebiseera wano online bwe tugenda okufuma ebiseera ku physical event. If you want to register and you want to be aware, please, still the numbers are there. Mariam Nakuja 772. I think one of my colleagues here will share it here. Mugende ku number eyo. Mariam, I'm called Mariam, so and so. This age, I'm single, the status, and my contacts. Our interest is your contact must be on WhatsApp, okay? So that it's easy for us to join you in that same angle. Where are the tickets? If Aristoc still has, but personally, mine have run out. Okay, so go to Aristoc, pick the tickets. Get my number in case you need to register. Okay, thank you so much, and let's dive right away into the session. The mistakes singles make. Okay, a ticket efanana bweti kandi balageko yange wekati nema kwekati kafanana naye bw'okafuna banaye nkwegayiridde oba okakuze mu Aristoc oba okakuze Aristoc ekayeziina mu Kampala Road, Acacia Mall and Garden City Mall, mpandikire erinnya lyo, emyaka gyo ne ticket number yo, because we are telling that data currently byagula alina okukomawo ne bampandikira to capture that data, because on that day we are just information. These are just information. We want to be really organized. Okay, thank you so much, and see you then at the Ultimate Singles Convention. Part 3. Mistakes basingo zemukola. Basingo zetukola. Simana nange bambala basingo. Waliwo yangamba Mariam, twateeka ku mwami onja mubalira mulabe engeri gy'ayogeramu. But kweko interview babiri. Mulabe how a babbler can be with someone who talks less. As 7 words per minute, someone talks 1 word. One final word. So I think end of year, and then you may see how a babbler can be with someone who talks less. So in the previous sessions, we had almost 2 weeks session with a complete guide on the mistakes the singles make. If you missed the session, we request you can go to the channel, type Mariam Naguja mistakes singles make. Those 2 videos will pop up because they're the last 2 videos in the last 2 weeks. We looked at self-indulgence in the pleasures of life. We talked about that in detail. Please revisit the video and look at that session. We looked at living an unproductive life. And 3, missing the gift of the present moment. That was our first session. Last week, we had our part 2 on the mistakes. Number 3 being having unrealistic fantasies as a single. He must be this, she must be this, she must be brown and tall, with the long legs, with, very highly educated, intelligent, and, those unrealistic things. And then you don't actually get them. Okay? We looked at how we spend a lot of time in fantasies that never work. Okay? Then number 4, neglecting yourself. Okay? Emotionally, physically, we give up on ourselves instead of knowing that you are the business of your own life. Okay, so as a single twagamba olina okwefaako. Era oba wamisinga video yaffe ya last week, please I request go to Mariam Nabuja, type the mistakes singles make. Okay, you will get that video. Please watch it to the dot, and don't forget to give us a thumbs up in case you find it very useful to you, and as well as share it to other people, your friends and family who may benefit from the same content you benefited from. And now we move to our last part, which is part 3, which is today. On the mistakes singles make, okay? Which is number 6 now. Making unwise hard decisions. Nansonga gye nange mutagenda kubeerawo naye in case Catherine Roda you around, Kagoya Sainat, anybody who can help us, make list of what I said, it will be very useful for your answers. Anyone who can act as a class monitor. This is the ladies guide movement. Everybody here is the ladies guide student. All of you are LGs. Talking about my LGs, the LGs, yeah? The community is going to be called the LGs, which means everybody who go through this course will be upgraded to a ladies guide counselor. Also content you can now as well, pass on the message to the next person of the next generation. Yes, Catherine is around. Please write for me this. Making unwise hard choices. Hard choices. It is so interesting in life that the heart and the mind are not good companions. Anything that makes your heart happy may make the mind sad. When we make heartless choices, bwe tukola ebintu byetulonda n'emitima ebitusanyusizza, ebirabika ng'ebirungi, ebicamusa, ate mwana wato obwongo buyinza okukasibwa ekisiimye. So it should be a training for every single, especially the ladies guide student, to start using your mind alongside the heart. So as the heart is very happy and excited, the mind comes in. The mind comes in usually, and we reject it because it is not tesanyusa. Okay? Okay? So many of these choices the singles make are made by the heart. But when the mind comes in, it may not be the right choice. However, we must marry the mind and the heart to make the best life as a singular. Okay? So we're going to look at these choices we make using the heart as a single lady, as a single man. What are these things that you do, you choose, might be dangerous to your life? Because every one of us, whenever we go back to sleep, there's that conscience. Everybody has that conscience. It is given by the universe. We have it. So, unwise hard choices are usually made by the singles. It's in that time when you are waiting, and then you eat the one and someone is not coming, and then you make heartly choices, which seem good but may not be useful to your future. So, what are these heartly choices? Giving away too much too soon. N'olaba guy n'akukyamula. N'ogamba naye lwaki enninda. Okay, mbimanyi bagamba bumiikiza but tebijja kunyamba. Okay, then you go ahead and then you end up in ecstasy. Before you realize the guy is not available, they will never marry you. They're not even interested in you. But then you've gone ahead and had fun with this person. The heart is right, it's excited, but the mind is saying this is wrong. Okay? Number 2, compromising yourself. When you have value as a woman and then you give in to compromise, okay, it may not be wise. Okay? So basically, these are the things that we do using the heart, but may not be productive to the mind. Okay? Number 3, not setting boundaries in your life. People stepping all over you. Whoever comes to you, whoever comes, everyone who poses as a male friend, you end up in friendships and then you end up in emotional marriages with no meaningful relationships. Those are all mistakes that we do. Using the heart, yes, I may love my opposite sex friend, but the question is he your husband? No. Is he your lover? No. So some things are not supposed to be done. Kitegeeza nti abantu abamu ne waba mukwano nga opposite sex, you have to say no to certain things. N'ogamba nedda, much as I like you, you should not meet at some places. You should not meet me at my home. We should not meet in the dark places. We are friends, but I mean, there is no development between two of us. My developments are done with my partner. All those things are very important in life as a single, to set boundaries on who is going to be a male friend, who is going to be a female friend, and how far can you go. Because we've realized in life that people cheat others using that friendship thing. Okay? Uli ajanga friend, now kuteka muchi emotional connection, love. It looks like love, but it's not actually love. It looks like friendship mixed with love. Then you're confusing yourself, It doesn't make sense. So boundaries as a single must be clear. As a singular, people are going to come to you to use friendship amidst love. So at the end of the day, you don't know even who you are in a particular relationship. Okay? Number 4, getting attached to nowhere to go relationships. Nobody attached to somebody. The years are going, you're dating somebody, you're getting children, the years are running, you're getting into 5 years, 7 years, and then you're there. You're saying you're single, but the person is not available emotionally. Okay? So even being attached to a relationship is not taking you where, that is a very big mistake most singles make. Okay? Because you still have the time to say no to what contract. Okay? Why would you be trained in something which is not going anywhere? It is better to be single than to be in a relationship which is going to lead you nowhere. Because no matter how long you stay, it is going to end as where you've seen it now. It will be alone. So why waste time? Okay. Number 5, allowing a guy to friend zone you. Many single ladies are single because they friend zone men. Why are you single? Many people are single because of friends. They waste your time. The word friendship is manipulated nowadays. Many people have lady friends who keep them single so long. Esaawa ezandibadde eza to search for the loved one, oli ne bakwano bo. Esaawa ezandibadde eza loved one, muli basatu females. Esaawa ezandibadde ez'okunoonya love oba okubeerako n'omuntu muli mu friendship. Friendship must be directly just like any other relationship. It can end up manipulation, where someone can keep you single for so long by friend zoning you. Then even when you marry, they want you to stay as if you're single. Okay? Because marriage itself has its own responsibilities. When you marry, even the choice of friends changes. Okay? When you marry, it means your best friend should be, okay, not best friend, but somebody you should be accountable to must be your spouse. Okay? But when you see that friendships are taking a lot of your time against your marital responsibilities, then you are confused. Friendship is good at some level, but at some level it's keeping many people single. And they're even breaking homes. Someone becomes your friend and they become more of a lover than a friend. Then someone is like, okay, keep your friend. Me, I'm out. Okay? So if you see somebody is a married guy, why do you make that guy your best friend? Really? Because you're confusing that man and you're confusing yourself. At the end of the day, when you have this co-shared life, it means you are supposed to be the wife, not the other person. That's why we mukwano gwange. Gowasa omulira mukwano gwo kubanga yalina okubeera number 1, which means development, plans, visions, future aspirations must be shared with the loved one, not with your friends. Let that confusion end. Where people are using friendship, you think, to tie you in singlehood. Ndi mukwano as a male, year 1, year 2, year 3, year 4, year, and then like 10 years down the road, someone is your friend. When will you marry? When you get married? Because somebody's even acting the parts of the other person. Friend zone. We call it nilwili. Somebody's acting the part of a husband in the parts of a friend. So when your husband comes, where are they going to play the part? You make them incapacitated. Next, the relationship can't work. Say you go back to singlehood. In fact, many people are singles because they have good friends. They're giving you gifts. They're making you busy. They're playing parts of lovers. oli bewangambye nti onoonya akuyamba onakuyamba tegama mukwano gwe naye kati wali ndagaano. Then the judgment day is when years have gone, this person either marries or they get married, then you feel used. Ekigambo kyomukiwulidde, you feel used. Don't settle for the friend zone. So have that capability to tell someone, yes, you're my friend, but we need boundaries. Okay? As a friend, we need to end here. We should capture our time. Building a love. More like separating a love and a friendship. There is a small line between those two things. Somebody who wants you as a friend really loves you. Hi, Catherine Roda, I like you so much as a friend, but I really love you. So I love you, but I like you. Do I like you? It is confusing, So I'm like, okay, are we friends? Tell me, are we friends or are we lovers? It is confusing. So even if you're in friendship, let's calculate those boundaries. Because it is the most cause of singleness. Okay? Even if it's the same sex, you must know when to meet, when you should stop running life with it. It can even become an habit. It is like that is a kalope. So when you do that, tubaite quality singles tukumalya na budde ngodayo mu kintu kyo gende wagundi princess mukube mukaboozi awo bye weziwera bbiri genda weebake. That's how life can. The mind can you keep in that thing for 10 years. You will never date. You're not even available for dates. You're not available for relationship. You're not even open to them because you feel comfortable in that friend zone. Nchiruddeko. Olaba nchiruddeko kitegeeza it is a point. Many people are in that thing. Then the judgment is years. As years roll by, and as people change interests, it's where your friends. That's when you tell them you manipulated that friendship zone. Number 6, sexting relationships. Yes, sexting relationships where someone is with you, they don't really mention it, and you're not sure where you belong, and then you're keeping it on text messages, which look romantic, flirting, but direct, but flirting, but direct. It's called sexting. Someone is keeping you in the loop of something is coming, but it's on this way. It is coming, but not reaching, but it's on this way. We shall talk about texting relationships. I think next week we should do that before the singles day. How sexting and texting is killing the evolution of making people get into a relationship. What they call love relationships or romantic relationships, because you're keeping yourself on sexting and texting messages. Especially when you're in the distance. Hey, Razam, how are you? I'm okay. Everything good? Missing you, me too. Wow, how was it? And then, wait, you look really good. Can you push your brows a bit lower? Then you also push. I did say that. Lower, more lower. Then you push. Now, just go down a bit. So someone leads you on. They call it insinuation. Muluganda okufumba nakufumba. Let's see what you do. It was just a high message. Nakufumba. Before realizing gwemba. Gwaza jideko. No more experience. They find a physical connection in a relationship, but which is not even existing. And then the only time you can tell that you're cheated is 2 days after or the next day. Then you're like, but really, is this guy really serious? It looked like love, but it's not. And especially when it becomes, when you try to put in a responsibility of commitment or a bill, and they move away from a bill. Princess Rosa Moses say, it is happening a lot now on social media. Because we are in a generation where social media has built romantic connections by texting messages. Somebody being like this, can we do a video call? Then they do a video call. Then someone say, okay, can you just show me? Just take the video down. Please just I want the camera to, and then you end up in something. If it and many things are not flopping on social media. Okay? Temubiraba. Naye batubikola. Yebiri eyo. Okuja ng'olyaka bamunyiza naga kambike ku social media mulabe kyabadde akola. Unakola bino. You know? So we are going to talk about how texting and sexting is getting the evolution of love relationships, especially in the single sector. And where you should say no as a single when someone is trying to lead you to sexting. It is emotional manipulation. Okay? Someone leads you on. Now you're feeling up to when you go to no reacting. No reacting no younger Yabikuwera ngo essaawa zigenze oteekamu amaanyi mangi nnyo neefuuka ng'enkolagana ya love, but it is not love. And the men are having it. They enjoy it. Next time, hello, Maria, how are you? Another one, you know. So if you want a relationship doing something, please, we are going to say no to texting and sexting. Next week, lastly, giving into identity theft as a single. Identity theft kitegeeza omuntu akufula totally n'akurebrandinga. Bwamala okurebrandinga okufaanaganako situation gye mulimu essaawa zino. Bwamala n'akuleka nga toliko original. Nga si olinga bwe yakusanga. Ng'omuntu anakusanga agamba nti saagala bawala banene ne weekozesa. Njagala mbona nga alina obugumbagumba buno buyiseemu wano ne wano. Babita buke obubooni buno bwa wano. I want a lady with cheekbones. And I want one who is not a bit so dark. Light a bit. No way, look, I want the eyes when they are. Someone changes you every day. Every day. That's what they call identity theft. Then after a few years down the road, you are not the Catherine Roda when you and then the relationship may be no more. They have left you confused of who you are. It is identity theft. So even a single, you must be very careful on this, especially pertaining your identity. Olaba ng'omuntu atandise okukyusa. Nze njagala mukazi ng'ayambala akakondo. Njagala omuntu ng'ayambala akasikati kampimpi. Naye nga kambuseemu wano katono. Naye ng'ate amazima olinza okuba oli musiraamu. Kasaagala abakyala beebikka. Olina okulaga ku fresh katono. Ogamba, unantwala. Yes, it's back. Sorry for the network. Yeah, so a person changes you every day until you lose your real identity. Lastly, to stay in emotionally draining relationships, when deep inside you know it is not the right thing to do. Never could draining. Okay? So every time you stay in a relationship which is draining, and then you know it inside yourself does not work, it doesn't matter how many years you stay in that relationship, it will end as you saw it. Okay? So as a single, these are hardly choices. You should be careful when you're making them. We're not going to be very vigilant because obulamu bwo bukyalina chance on change, on choices, and on how you reach certain decisions in life. So if you have anything you can add on the list, those unwise hard choices you take. Friendship. You have one male friend for 5 years, another one comes. 5, another one comes. 6, another one comes. Either you actually were not single, you were dating your friends. Let's call it that. Okay? So if you are in that kind of arena, you know what I'm trying to mean. Either way, if you have anything to add on the list, please you can comment in the comment section below. What are those ugly choices you made as a singular that never worked for you? I just regret why I made this ugly choice. Okay? Okay? It may help another person to redefine their choices in life. So, unwise hard decisions hurt you in the long run. Ratchet is a unwise. Okikola totegedde. Ogenda omaliza nga si kyekintu kiwandyagadde okubeeramu. Oba si kyekintu wandyegombya okubeera okuliraana. Yes, just a minute please. Okay. us down. Okay? So, as a single lady, as a single gent, every choice you make, check the mind. Oli wakuba, oli butterflies there, ubongo. Ugambe gaya ankube naye mulabi n'empeta. Ekyo tekina kijja kundaza. Gaya ankube naye munazi. Otunda engato nga ya white. Oga onayambala engato za white ono. Think twice. Already yagala dda. So that is how we make decisions using the mind. You see something good, but then you realize it can never lead you anywhere, and then you change your mindset. So those are some of the things, the unwise choices. Another one, which I've not talked about, is this new generation of ladies who chase men, who pursue men, who think they will change the universal law. The universal law says a man is a pursuer and a lady will be pursued. So as a single, if you change that, after we are in this modern world, I'll tell him, well, I love you, this is what I feel for you, okay? And then you lead it on. They will not say no. No man says no. There is no man who says no. If you come. They have all the time in the world. They will get into the relationship. But the funny thing is that when you're in that relationship, you have to drive it because you made the choice to start it in the first place. They'll sit back and relax, and then you do the donkey work. That is what it means to pursue. So as a singular, you just make a choice never to pursue. A woman is like a flower, which grows beautiful with a very nice scent. So those who want to use the flower, see its value, pick it, and take it to place it in the right spot in their houses. A flower never makes noise. It never shouts, pick me, no. A flower just works on itself. It looks beautiful, and it sits back and relax. The beauty with not pursuing relationships is that when you are pursued, the person even inside the relationship will pursue other things. A person who never pursued you will sit back and relax and you do the donkey work. They will never upgrade. They will never develop the home. They will never do anything because in the first place, you did the job. They never did it. Okay? So as please remember, when you pursue a man, you pulled out his ego, his self-esteem as a man, as a pursuer. And when years go on by, the day he finds somebody can pursue, the day he gets somebody can pursue, he will drop that relationship. That is why you hear stories of, I've been with this man 6 years, we have children, but he married a woman in 3 months. 3 months. Now what does that mean? It means if you go deep down in yourself, this relationship was pursued by you, not him. When a man pursues the relationship, they stand for it. Okay? That's why our ancestors used to advise us, and they always advise us, that marry a man who loves you more, not the one you love more. Because when you marry the one who loves you more, even when you are not looking good, they will stay. Even when you have a lot of issues and problems, they will stay. Because in the beginning, they pursued you. They had a reason. But when you pursue and anything changes, they take off. When a man loves you, they're not shy. They don't shy to look for you. They're never too busy to say, I love you. They never throw off mixed signals for you to pick. When you see something you love, you want it. Meanwhile, when it comes to love and you see something you love, so teri abakulimba nti baganyinza okuba alishayi oba atidde okwogera tewali tebabalimbanga. So don't pursue. That's another mistake. That's another unwise decision. If you see somebody nakuba banaye nkwegayiridde nga bulaba butterfly wezikuyise mu lubuto, the day you start pursuing that relationship, you are setting up yourself to be the head of the family, to make all the very hard decisions in life. You will be alone. And the bad thing is that he looks for someone who can pursue. They will drop you off. If they don't drop you, you'll stay like a mirror in the whole thing, which is not a good position to be. So why don't you go? Why do you go against the universal rules? Let the man pursue you and keep it at that. If they don't pursue you, then you're not the one. Okay? There is no problem with being single. You rather be single than being in a relationship where you're the one doing all the donkey work, and then lastly they are even marrying someone else. So you lose it all, either way. So if he can't pursue you, then simply he doesn't need you. Full stop. Get your esteem back. Wait. As simple as that. Nabagamba and the sister Kasigo. I've seen it all. Okay? I've seen it all. By the time I'm a guide, I've seen it all. Okay? So pursue someone setting you to, and nowadays men do it, they set you. Setting go chogere chwa chayogera. I love you. Ye abera wa now setting. As to chogera what? You will pay the bills. You will pay all the bills. From your bill of dating, from your bill of anything on him, you'll pay for it. Because in the beginning, you pursued him. He never pursued you. So if he's passive on pursuing you, even when you get married, you'll be passive paying bills. Because he never looked for you. You did. Please replay this video. What has happened. So when you see that thing of I've been with him a long time, but he met a girl in 1 week and they married, there's a problem in the password. So the rule is be approachable, but do not approach men. Just set that ground of they can approach you. But don't set that ground of you saying, ha, I love you. Can we? As touch color, you've lost it. That's the rule. And be the flower. So I think that is the summary of the unwise decisions, using the hard decisions. Okay, if you are making a decision as a single, don't make unwise decisions. Don't use your heart. Nagambi no ulianga butterflies. There are guys you look at no ulianga maybe in the water. No mutu ulianga inali tick from the smell, from the apparel, the shoe, the belt, the composure, and the voice. Now you're gonna go voice, mama. Deep voice. Yeah? Nagamba, yes, Alan. How are you? Nogamba, wow, we are dobozi. Oh yeah, nga olina okukyogera bwe yagatuyaga. N'owulya ng'ofa ng'ogamba, kansala yagamba, do not pursue. Be approachable. Okay? Your work is to look like a flower, play your part, say hi, but never open your mouth to tell somebody how you're dying. You've lost it. That is the rule of the game. Musomere this guide one nabwe byatera mu byonna the mistakes etukola nga tuli mu dating issues ezo. Okay? So mina okitegedde ofa omusajja ngali tick buli kimu nga check just check boxes nogamba no kati webuuza gwa checkinga boxes ezo weka ng'ojwa namubuuza do other people see what I see? Do other women feel the same thing I feel? Tebakulaba ojja mukweka mu nnyumba tebakulaba nze alaba nzekka. If you see such a person, be careful not to mention that word. Do not pursue, just be approachable. Okay? Until you have the truth. Okay? Number 7, as we are winding down, mistake number 7. This one will relate with the other 6 we talked about before, or the 5. Giving up on life. Giving up on life. A singular can easily give up on life. Kikyentegeeza n'omuntu giving up life ye muntu awulira nga because olinze ekintu kiganya okujja nga bw'onaalinda obugagga ne bulwawo okoowa n'ogamba kati ate nkolera ki ndaba biganye nosibako nga weebase. So even people who stay single and they feel they cannot find the one can easily give up on life. Ekigamba life is an experience of ups and downs. Okay? Having visions, aspiration, and dreams and hopes. Ekiyitibwa obulamu kitegeeza panga. It's like a journey of sorts. Okay? So every time someone gives up on life, kitegeeza nti they have no intention. They are living for nothing. They have no reason to wake up. Okay? They are chasing nothing. They are not excited about things. Okay? So as a singular, oba omuntu ali single, many of single think life begins after marriage. Okay? Or when I find the married partner, I'll start creating my dreams. I have a dream of going back to maybe for further education or to do this and that. But when I find a loved one, then I'll do it. Now listen to me. Whether married, whether single, they both have different sets of problems. Ebizibu by'abafumbo birala nnyo naye nabyo gye biri n'ebyabasingo birala. Okay? So tolowooza nti wonna acrossinga n'ogenda mu marriage, all your problems are solved. No. For every decision you make in life, okusalawo kwonna kukola mu bulamu obwo okuriyetinga ekizibu ekipya. That is life. I repeat, for every decision you make in life, you create a new problem. How did you create a problem of school fees? By getting pregnant. Were you paying school fees? No. Okay. By getting a child, you created a problem of school fees. How did you create a problem of getting a child? By having ecstasy. Every decision leads to another thing. How did you create? Every decision leads to a problem. So togenda gamba nti since you are single and you're getting married, all your problems are solved. Just say, I'm going to create a new set of problems, but not the same as the ones I had. Because when I was single, maybe I was not eating good meals. Maybe I was not having enough, money because everything was maybe paid by me. Maybe when I was single, I had no fallback position to someone to discuss with my emotional affairs, But those are also problems. However, when you get married, there is another set of problems you're going to find. So I would think the best thing for anyone to do is to live every day as if you never get married. Live every day as it is. Enjoy the position you're in now until when the person comes along. But don't put your life on hold. Don't put your dreams on hold. Because they were in fact, it is very difficult to create a dream. It's very difficult to begin big businesses when you're even married. Because marriage is a ministry. Okay? It's a lot. There's a lot of things to consume you. Because you've lost that single position. Now it is a double position. And many people even get lost the moment they marry. Many dreams end with the marriage. Many things. And many dreams can be born out of marriage. It depends on how it treats you. So giving up on life as a singular does not make sense. That is the point. Which means live every day that put the solution to singlehoodness, if it has gone way beyond your understanding, is to live every day as if you never get married. Forget. Enjoy your meals. Go on dates, but don't have expectations whether they come and they don't come. Okay? If a day goes and you've not gotten a date, it's okay. If a weekend comes and then you don't have someone to take you out, it is okay. But do not make life stand still because you're waiting for that person to pick you on time. It doesn't work. Okay? Just do what you're supposed to do, but don't put a lot of expectations on something. It will disappoint you. So giving up on life is another mistake that singles make. They give up on themselves. They give up on dreams. They give up on aspirations in a quest that one day when that knight in the shining hammer, a guy will come along and sweep you off the feet, pay all your bills, construct your houses, buy you properties. It will never come. You better right now be productive, like I said. Do whatever you're supposed to do, but in that productivity, the person will come along. If they come or they don't come, you are leaving. So toyimiza bulamu bwo ogambe nti one day agenda kujja tukola ebintu bingi biyinza obutajja. And that explains why many women reach the age of maturity with nothing. They waited and waiting, and in waiting, they died. Yes. There's a writer who said that. Yakamba, in the sands of a hesitation, lay the bones of countless millions who at the time of their victory waited. They waited and waited and waited, they died. Kitegeeza nti abantu babera ku ppiki y'obulamu balindirira. Instead of pursuing, life every day must be pursued, You must have something to live for. They wait. Time is running. and in waiting they don't come back. So as a singular, I would advise, live every day as if you will never be married. If marriage comes, well and good. If it doesn't come, well and good. Either way, you have life going on. You can get up of your bills. You can have a lot of developments. You can move because you have a lot of time. But don't wait for that knight in the shining hammer to come, who is going to rescue you out of poverty. They may never come. They may never come. Mbagambia, marriage has its own set of problems. When you marry, you get a new set of problems. Even singleness has problems. Don't think the other round has everything labeled. No. So what we can do is, what do you have now? That's why we said, live in the present moment. Nachibagamba, live in the now. Go out, date, if it doesn't come, well and good, but let life have some bit of productivity. Back into your kola. Mugende musome course. Attend conferences. Educate yourself. Read books. Make research. But let life have productivity, that in the end of your 7 years or 6 years or 5 years of singing, you have something to show. When I was single, I wrote books. I don't even have the time now. But I used to write books. I put all my time in writing because I had all the time in the world. So use your single season productively and don't give up on life. With not giving up on life is, don't think that not having a relationship or not having a marital partner has to stop you from who you are and where you're going. Even if they come, they may never even support you. They may come and they're not even concerned about your visions and dreams. Either way, if they come or they don't come, you are moving. So as a change, as a singular, don't give up on the habit of living, on the habit of dreams, on the habit of going back to school to study, on the habit of having a course or a skill in the hands. Use that time. But don't sit back and lay back and say, when I find a marital partner, my life will have just begun. We shall build houses. We shall have properties. We shall have what the things may never come. Okay? So as you are single, never give up on the business of living. And how do you do that? Work on yourself. Nabagambada. Mentally work on yourself. Have courses. Be productive. Work on your spiritual self. Last week, the mind and the heart works together when the spirit is aligned. And be diligent and excellent in everything you do. Be excellent, because those are the same habits that you're going to take in your marital life. Okay? That well said. Thank you so much for being with us, and see you again next week, 5 p.m. East African time. We are always here for 1 hour. So instead of asking yourself, when will I be married? Ask yourself, how am I spending my time as a single? Don't ask yourself when. That when part, leave it to God. But do something as you're waiting for somebody to join you in your life. Yes. Ultimate Singles Convention tubalinze. Nabagaba atanabafuna ticket, we are soon selling out, and I'm sure the tickets are getting done, because I'm getting a lot of messages for those who pick them in a rest of. Please be part of us in case you have a single friend, in case you have a single relative, someone who needs to break out of the shell. Nabagaba ending the cycle of a lonely life. That is our theme for the day. The Ultimate Singles is the only conference where all the singles are going to gather all over to learn, to laugh, and to network and to grow. Okay? Thank you so much, and we meet next week. In case you find this useful, please share it with your friend and family, because sharing is caring. And in case you've not yet subscribed to the channel, hit that red button in case you're watching on YouTube. And if you're my follower, or if you're not yet a follower on Facebook, like and follow us on Mariam in this guide. Those are our social media handles, where we educate you on the things that money cannot buy, but what makes life worth living. The emotions. See you again next week when we talk about sexting. 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 Kiringa texting, that is texting, and how people are manipulating it to use it in singles. Never keeping a single for so long in that texting thing, which looks like a relationship, but it will never be a relationship. Once again, I'm called Mariam Nabuja, the Ladies Guide. See you again next week.